In this video, we're going to compare Apostate Prophet's command of Hebrew versus Arabic. Ridvan used to be a Muslim. He was very practicing. He is an expert, more or less. This is the impression you get from the following clips.
Do you not claim you know more than 90% of the Muslims?
Yeah, I'm not sure about 90%, it might be 95.
I have read the Quran more than 3 times. I studied the Hadith thoroughly.
I studied Islam thoroughly. I studied basically everything about Islam.
I can carefully say that I know more than 85% of all Muslims about Islam.
I practiced Islam very, very strictly. I studied it very diligently. I read basically everything that you're supposed to probably study as a Muslim, and that most people don't study.
Would you guys agree with me that Ridvan is implying he's an expert on Islam and pretty much everything to do with Islam? I want to focus now on AP's command of Arabic. Firstly, he can't talk it and he can't translate simple sentences. The reason why this is strange is because AP acts as if he's an expert on Islam, everything to do with Islam, that he's an authority on the religion, but he doesn't understand the language that's associated with the religion. A bit strange, isn't it? I mean, he read the Quran more than 3 times. Was he reading it in Arabic or was he reading it in another language?
I can't fucking talk Arabic fluently. Here, you got it. I say it, okay?
P, do you speak Arabic? Can you translate a simple sentence without Googling? And then parentheses, they put in quotes, Ridvan is a diligent student, unquote. Please pronounce the end vowels clearly.
No, I don't speak Arabic, so I would not be able to, on the spot, translate a simple sentence like this. Although I think I actually did learn that simple sentence during an Arabic course, but I don't speak Arabic, so I wouldn't be able to do this.
That being said, he has actually recited verses from the Quran. In his live stream with David Wood, he gets a comment which he pins on the screen.
لقد خلقنا I can read Arabic. Look, لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد. This is very hard to read here. I just wanted to show everyone that I can read Arabic. That was just my main thing here, so that people can finally start following me as a proper authority on Islam, and so that they can confirm that everything I say is true and right.
AP also told us the reason why he recited it. What's interesting though is the fact that it was pinned on screen, and when it's like that, in that format, in the text format, the diacritical marks are hard to see. However, despite this, Ridvan still managed to pretty much recite it. Now, the reason why this is peculiar to me is because he had it wasn't even a debate, I don't know what it was, with Ali Dawa. And Ali Dawa said to him, recite a surah of the Quran. Surah Al-Kawthar, Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar, fasalli li rabbika vanhar, inna shani'aka huwal abtar. And Apostate Prophet wouldn't do it on stream. However, he did a live stream with David Wood where he recited it.
I don't want to get it wrong. Give them more ammunition, right? But I think it goes like Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar inna shani'aka huwal abtar, or something like that. That should be it. Fact check it. Make a video of that, Ali Dawa.
Ridvan also made a video where he recited surahs of the Quran and he's acting as if he's reciting it from memory. And he recited Surah Al-Kawthar fine. No pauses, no stutters, nothing. But when it came to other surahs of the Quran, the simple surahs, the ones that children know, the ones that reverts, they're one of the first surahs they'd learn, Ridvan struggles. And look at how he acts. The acting is, you're a failed actor, Ridvan. You won't make it in the world of acting, put it that way.
And it goes, Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar inna shani'aka huwal abtar. Not sure if I did the pronunciation correctly, but that is it. Falaq, which is قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ وَمِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ وَمِنْ شَرِّ I have no idea how it continues. غَاسِقٍ إِذَا I don't know. I don't remember the rest. See? This is one of the easiest ones, and I forgot half of it already.
Why is this a problem? The Apostate Prophet fans will remark how Apostate Prophet is simply recalling from his memory. He hasn't done this in 10 years. If he's able to recite Surah Al-Kawthar fine, then he should be able to recite other surahs of the Quran, specifically the last ones, like for example he messed up Surah Al-Falaq, as you saw, despite the fact it being a very easy surah to memorize, and it was one of the first ones that I learned as a child, and for those who are watching this, I'm pretty sure they can recall as well, it will probably be one of the first surahs they memorized as a child. How can a man who said he studied Islam diligently and pretty much everything about Islam, and he's read the Quran more than 3 times, how can he not recall this? Moreover, if you watch that video and look at how he's acting, he's like, how did it go? How did it go? Like that. It's utterly fake. Now, I could sit there and criticize how Apostate Prophet, his tajweed, his pronunciation isn't that good, but his excuse is, I'm Turkish and it's difficult. Instead, what I am going to show you now is a clip where Apostate Prophet recites Hebrew. Here is Apostate Prophet and David Wood reacting to the clip, and listen to what AP says. He admits he had a bias.
Hebrew, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. When in reality, the text reads,
يا أخي ما شاء الله يعني the way he pronounces his Yehudi.
You can tell he's got the tajweed, you know. He's got the tajweed, but he won't do that for the Quran.
I remember this part.
That's actually funny.
No, it's, and you know what?
So these aren't terrible guys.
Yeah.
They'd be alright to hang out with.
For now, when you go to the later videos, it really gets bad. But,
Okay.
what's funny is I actually had a moment of self, like some reflection here, because you can see that I'm actually really, pronouncing it quite well, the Hebrew, although it's a language that I had never, learned to pronounce or anything like that. And he is right on one thing. Very often when I quote the Quran or when I say something in Arabic, I don't even bother to pronounce it properly. I just Anglicanize it and go with that. So he's pointing out the irony here. And I think I realized, I guess I had a bias in those times because I was a little bit frustrated about my Islamic past and, leaving Islam, where I didn't want to bother pronouncing the Islamic things the correct way. But when it came to the Hebrew, I actually did do that. So I have to be fair.
Is it not interesting that atheist Ridvan is reading Hebrew, reciting Hebrew, a language which he does not know, and look at how he recited it as well. I mean, David Wood seemed to be impressed. You saw Farid and Emin were impressed. It sounded pretty good, let's give him some credit. It's interesting as well how he doesn't pull the excuse, I'm Turkish, therefore it's hard to, say a foreign language. He says that with Arabic. Hebrew and Arabic, they are similar in some regards, they're Semitic languages. But it's only Arabic where Ridvan pulls the excuse, I'm Turkish, it's hard to say. Nothing about Hebrew though. You also saw how he admitted he had a bias. Is it possible he still has a bias today? Is it possible his bias influences the videos he puts out and the way he represents his opponents? You may be questioning, what is actually the purpose of this video? I wanted to demonstrate to you his incompetence. He is somebody who can't be trusted in regards to his knowledge on Arabic. There is a contradiction with him saying, I know more about Islam than 95% of all Muslims. I studied Islam diligently. I studied the Hadith thoroughly. I read the Quran more than 3 times. I've even studied stuff that most people don't study. And him demonstrating his ignorance with basic Arabic. His methods of convincing his audience that he is competent in the Arabic language is fake acting when trying to remember a surah. He admitted he had a bias. And by simply saying he knows more about Islam than 95% of all Muslims, simply by that alone, but by his virtue of his apostasy and by his silly comments like that, he is treated as an authority in all aspects of Islam, including Arabic. I think that is clear to see to any open-minded fair person that this is an instance of Ridvan's dishonesty. And if he's dishonest about this, what else has he been dishonest about?
I have read the Quran more than 3 times.